Alright, guys. Team Liquid's Clem in the bottom right side playing Terran against herO, who's playing Protoss in the top left side. It's the Pigstarcraft Weekly. I think predictions should be running right now for those who are watching live. If you're not watching live, strap yourselves in, get excited either way, because we've got a Zealot pressure. Oh, hello, Zealot pressure. SCV Scout does come in. So Clem's going to go for a Reaper expand, but he is SCV scouting. Oh, but he misses the Zealot. He doesn't get there in time here on Taito Citadel. And that SCV scouting is absolutely not tight. The probe did actually die to the SCVs as well. And he delayed the command center by about 10 seconds. Which means there's a big window for the Zealot and the Adept to get in. The probe, you could argue it sacrificed itself for a greater cause. Look at this timing knowledge for Clem. He knows the shade finishes now, and he goes in. No, he's waiting a bit longer. Oh, I think he was hoping to see the Adept move out. I don't know if he caught it or not. I think he did. I think he confirmed the Adept left the base. Now he's going to come in and try to grab a probe. Super high level, but... Oh, Zealot's coming in. He's only built 2 Marines. I mean, 2 Marines is way better than the standard 1, but he's getting bullied off the bunker, which is huge. Reaper finds itself a kill, does escape from the Adept at the same time. Zealot's going to go down to the SCVs, potentially. Oh, if that Zealot kills that SCV, that is crazy. Dude, if that Zealot gets that SCV while the Adept distracts, that is absolute mad. Clem does rotate the SCV off the command center, though. Dude, this is actually really well done by herO to cause some chaos. Reaper's forced all the way home. Massive amounts of lost building time. That being said, any other Terran would have lost so much more than that. 1 SCV, 1 Marine, bunch of mining time, 2 probes, and 1 Zealot have gone down. At the end of the day, I think Clem is okay with this hold. He's got a Reaper, a Hellion, and a Marine. The Adepts are going to dive on it. Insta-shot the Marine. But I think should be able to defend with some really good Reaper Hellion micro, right? Hellion does outrange the Adept ever so slightly. He's going to try and out-repair the DPS of the Adept, and he does. And herO, at the end of the day, units lost tab 3-1 in favor of Clem. That obviously doesn't account for all the mining time and disruption and missed SCV production, whatever else is going on as a result of this, but I do think Clem holds what could have been a much scarier situation very well. 2 Stalkers are now ready to defend the counterattack, and we'll see how this goes. Because it's Taito Citadel, guys. That's why I was saying, yeah, it's not Taito. Yeah, it's not Taito. You got to make your build toy like a toiga. I think this is probably the worst pun we'll ever be able to make on any map, but for those who don't know, Taito Citadel is, Taito is like a district of Tokyo, right? I think it's where, people were saying it's where Akihabara is, which sounds like the name of someone's anime waifu, but surprisingly is not. Despite the weebs in the StarCraft community, like I know a lot of the map makers do have hologram girlfriends and cuddle pillows, but it is what it is. I love you guys, map makers. I will relentlessly make fun of map makers, but they know everything I say is based on reality, and that's why they accept it, I think. 1 Marine does go down. Oh, it was a distraction. It was a distraction. The 3 Alien Reaper run by. Dude, this is such a classic build. This is my favorite build. I love this build. I used to do this all the time. I did this build in TVP for like 3 years straight. The Reaper just bugged out there, I think because of that rock. He's going to go back in. The Marines, did he just kill an observer? Did he just get 2? He just killed 2 observers. No! Clem just killed 2 observers and got the Marines out. Oh no, herO he F2'd over there and then pulled these other Stalkers to defend the natural. And of course, you know the F2 grabs the observers as well. Clem spotted it in the midst of that. He'd redropped the main, scanned, killed both observers, and got 5 out. I cannot believe it. The Hellion finally goes down. herO is like, I need to kill this. He's like, I cannot let this escape. And he should be able to find it. Good move, I love this move. Ah, yeah, Clem's not watching. Stalker down here, distracted the bunker. That drop goes down with the 5 Marines inside. herO gets a very necessary catch to keep himself in this game. Clem, of course, does not have a 3rd command center. And he committed to a lot of units early, which delays your stim, it delays your shields, your medevacs. But he's got 2 tanks covering the main, bunker covering the natural. herO right now just putting Stalkers on the edges. He wants to stop the Raven getting across the map. So he was expecting the Raven to go along the bottom. Unfortunately, he guessed wrong, and Clem does go to the right side. 3rd command center now starts up here for Clem, so you can see Clem cutting a bit of barracks production. He wants to make sure he's got more of a solid economic follow-up rather than being like somewhat all in on the stim push. herO, of course, is going for Psystorm, Charge, going up to 6 gateways. I think it's usually Forge after 6 gateways, right? I think we'll see that Forge go down any moment now. Yeah, there we go. herO does like this build quite a lot. And since his third will be saturated soon, I think he'll be in an okay spot. Does 2 auto turrets kill a pylon, guys? Calculated. Guess Clem knew that. I did not know that. He says, screw it, let's remove it, get some guaranteed value. It's not the best value for 2 auto turrets, 100 minerals. You know, in terms of cost, it's the same as killing 2 probes. But he's like, well, maybe I'll supply block him as well, you never know. And at least it removes the vision, so I can be more annoying later on. He won't know if I've pulled the Raven home or not. Good Stalker micro for herO. Gets himself, I think it was 3 Marines. Stim is done. Shields in +1, not just yet. herO does lose his Stalker. Gets himself 1 more Marine. Oh, he should not have stayed there. Super sloppy. Super sloppy losing that next Stalker. Does get himself another Marine. Almost gets another Marauder. The medevac juice also getting heavily lowered by this. Charge is done. We've got 5 High Templar, 6 Stalkers, and a single Zealot. Not exactly the army of the gods right now. Both Storms on a very similar location, and the tank's got a volley, and he loses the High Templar! Oh, herO's going to try to jump on top. Can he land the Storm he needed? Bad Storm. That was a bad Storm. Clem was already retreating there. I would have loved to see him pick back that High Templar and go for a deeper Storm to really get the bigger shot. Look at the tank siege. Picked up the tanks, dropped them on the tower, and uses that sight blocker there to shelter those tanks. Dude, that was really well done by Clem. He just killed like 4 High Templar, 3 High Templar, a bunch of Stalkers. Units lost time still pretty even between the two, and herO is up like 10 probes, but now Clem can drop auto turrets in the back, he can be a nuisance, and he's still got a scary push on the front. But herO flying his Prism into the Terran army, no Fs given. Does he even have Psystorm? No, he does not. He drops the High Templar, and then Abe Simpsons them back inside the Warp Prism. Of course, the Raven's going to go for another auto turret. The probes only just got sent back to mining. herO was so tunnel visioned on the front that he actually hadn't sent them back to mining. He sends them back as the new auto turret lands. That was a hilarious timing from herO there. He lost a lot of mining time, but he is now going to build a Shale battery. And you know what? A hold is a hold. He does defend. But Clem's third is mining. RoboBay, 3/4 of the way done. Oh, herO's going to go straight for a counterattack. Good Storm! He says, good luck retreating into that, bro. Clem wisely stutter steps forward, though, realizing he has the numbers to overwhelm. And I think herO may have just put his hand inside the bear trap. He does have another Storm here, though. Ooh, that's actually really good. Clem was not expecting that. Clem was not expecting that. A lot of his units going down right now. Oh, Clem! He did not think herO would be rallying across the map because that's patently insane. It's so risky to play like this. But his name's herO. He loves playing risky, silly styles. It's one of his favorite things to do. Clem actually retargeted the Widowbind there. Ends up paying for it. As those Stalkers, their blink wasn't on cooldown. He should have let it fire the first time. Clem doing the rare case of negative micro. Don't see that from him too much. Raven does have 8 kills. Bring up the units lost tab, guys. Pretty even between both sides. I think herO did a really good job of evening things out. He's got to get a 4th base up. He's going to take that up north as the 4th command center has already started for Clem. But I think he's done a really good job with this mid-tier army. He's got second RoboBay coming in off 6 gas. Oh, that was a huge mistake for herO. Those 2 High Templar stacked together, mate. 2x2 EMPs of blue, and of course he has to use a Storm just to protect himself, which is completely wasted. And now he needs these Colossus to stabilize against the Ghosts, which luckily there's a Colossus out. Only +1 weapons on the Forge, guys. He never made +2. Too much fighting's been going on, and as a result the 1/1 upgrades are leading on the +1 only of Protoss. We got 3 more barracks, 2nd starport, surely 2nd eBay armories here as well. Clem's pretty slow on starting his 2-2 this game, but it's been an action-packed game. One can understand why. And Clem just says, you know what? Yep, you may have a shield battery, but if I focus fire, it cannot defend that. 4, 5 probes go down for those 2 auto turrets. That Raven up at 13 kills now. Such punishment on the economy of herO this game. herO goes in the middle of the map, does cop an EMP. The High Templar, fortunately for him, are not hit because he doesn't have any backup. herO always plays on the edge of danger. These High Templar are still incredibly clumped. That's just how herO plays. I don't think herO knows how to spread out his High Templar, honestly. If I had to guess, I don't think he understands that's the thing you can do. herO's whole thing is clump them up and then just dance on the edge of EMP and try to like bait out the EMPs. But if he messes up even a little bit, he doesn't have a lot of insurance, you know? I do like that he's warping in and rallying more High Templar. I'd love to see some more energy recharges on them as well. Clem, though, right now, sneaks a Marine drop up north, forces a recall, gets 6 probes, and he's going to dive the middle at the same time. Brilliant play here by Clem. Massively distracting herO. He doesn't really have defense in the main to deal with that. He's going to try and drop a Colossus to defend this, as well as blink Stalkers on the ledge. But he doesn't end up unloading the Colossus, so the Stalkers just die. Oh, no. Oh, man. Clem right now. Give me an inch, I'll take a mile. My name is Clem, and I am your worst nightmare. Colossus is still in this prism, dude. You can't be flying a Colossus around in a prism. I just think that's where she just needs to send Zealot Stalker to deal with it, surely. Surely. Still chasing a single Marine drop with a prism and a Colossus. That means it's not in your main army. You can just see how APM intensive this is. Oh, and Clem gets in between the rallies. Now he can EMP this ramp. Does he land them? Good first EMP. Oh, doesn't land the second one until after the storm lands. Prism does take big damage. I love the way he focuses the prism, though. Oh, good micro on both sides. Marines in the main base, they get F2'd back to the main army, but now they stop and fight. Oh, that Marine drop rinsing out that main mineral line, clearing 10 probes. This 8 Marines in a medevac have been absolute chads, man. Dude, they have done so much damage, and Clem has a 4th up behind it, 5th base on the way. herO's just been locked at 130, 140 supply. The Raven's back for another double turret harass. Oh my gosh. Friggin' 17 kills on that Raven. Dude, I mean, herO, he's had a few really good moments in this game, but I always feel like herO struggles with the sustained tempo of Clem. There's always a moment where Clem wins a fight, herO wins a fight, Clem wins a fight, herO wins a fight, and then it feels like herO needs to take a minute to reset because he's so disorganized. And that's when Clem just overwhelms him because herO can't handle the constant pace of fighting. And that's what this game feels like to me. The Viking count's way too big now. The Colossus are in trouble, man. The Stalker Blink was good. Gets 2 Vikings, but there is a flank out here. He's got to run. You have to run, herO. Where are the High Templar? He's got 2 High Templar, but they're not out here. He's got an F2 to the front. He needs a rescue force. He needs a QRF. Call the QRF. We need the quick reaction force right now, but he's not able to get here. And Clem realizes he's got such a bigger army. He's got 2-2. No armor upgrades for Protoss. The High Templar are a little bit too late to cover the retreat. And that is a dominating turn. Really nice game 1 here for Clem, guys, on Tyto Citadel. I made fun of the opening saying they weren't so tight, but everything in this late game and mid game has been super tight for Clem. Toy like a toy gun. Stargate Tempest Fleet Beacon comes in, guys. This is nonsense. You're on 100 supply. You have no army. You're going to build a Stargate right now. That makes no sense. I think he's clutching at straws as herO. I mean, he's pretty dead either way, so I don't know. Maybe he's like, well, Clem just goes home. I can make some Tempests. I just don't think he has the units to support Tempests anyway. Carriers would be useless here. Nice Storm does go down. Zealot Archon Disruptor. Gonna try to jump on top and chase these units down. Clem just killed one of his own Marauders, guys. When he was doing his A move in his stutter step, he killed one of his own Marauders. Big army in the north at the same time. Nice moves here for Clem. Gonna try and kite back. Good EMP on those Zealots. Let's save those ghosts, rotates them to the back. Left army's gonna push forwards. There is indeed a random Tempest building right now. herO's like, if I can get one, I can turn things. Dude, not again. Leave him alone. Oh, that Raven is on 19 kills. Dude, stop with the Raven massacre. 21 kills on the Raven now. That Raven done so much damage this game. Bio's going to push in. And this should be the final fight. The whole army coalesces into one big blob of Bio savagery. EMPs can eliminate these units so quickly. Disruptors aren't going to be able to land. And Clem takes, I think it was a pretty hard fought game 1. I think it was a really close game for a while. But then over time, the mistakes started to stack up, and it all came back to that drop that snuck in the top, forced the recall, and then bounced around between this base and this base for like a minute straight. Alright, guys. We got Clem in the bottom right side of the map. herO in the top left side of the map. herO's going to go for a wall off on the Reaper ledge. Looks like he has picked the correct area with these little purple mushrooms. And he's going to go for a probe, looking for an eBay block on the natural. He wants to go Nexus before core. Oh, herO mixing in a greedy build, guys. I like it. This is 10,000 feet. This is a map where you can expand towards your opponent, but that third base is really exposed to tanks and Colossus and things sieging it from the low ground. I expect Clem to probably take that base, but I imagine herO more likely to expand up north. It's a Reaper expand yet again for Clem with a very safe SCV Scout. I love that SCV Scout is back in the meta. I do feel like for a long time, the fact that the Terrans never had to SCV Scout, didn't have to worry about anything, was a little bit, yeah, just a little bit silly. By the way, I love this little water feature on 10,000 feet. Really beautiful map. Even though I make fun of the ground for being a little bit dead on a lot of these maps, the fact that there's these nice little ponds and mushrooms everywhere and stuff are pretty cool. But I seriously don't know what's going on with these balls, guys. These balls used to look really cool, and now they look like golden and two-dimensional. Did they update the map or something? Or do I need to like restart my game? These used to look cool. They were like these big black balls with like some light on them sometimes, and now it's like this weird golden thing. When did this happen? Ooh. Nice trees there, some vines as well. Pig, which professional StarCraft players do you know have engaged in, or if not, most likely to have engaged in, butt chugging? No, I'm not going to answer that question. Muffin Man? Get out of here, mate. Also, what does butt chugging alcohol even mean? Like you... I guess you get drunk if you put things because there's direct... Yeah, okay, anyways, I'll stop. Damn it, Muffin Man, you're gross. Stop asking gross questions in chat. I'm going to time you out if you keep that up. Bad. Yeah, pro gamers generally not the biggest alcoholics. Except for Stefano. Marines and Widowmines hanging out. Two Stalkers, there's no ramp here. Oh, herO! The Stalker was on move command. The Widowmine almost fires, but not quite on the other one. Bit of a miss micro there. The Reaper did distract him. Reaper got 2 probes during this. Is that enough? The Stalker's going ham, but those 2 Marines should be able to finish this Stalker off. He's going to try and run towards the Widowmine. Does drag the friendly fire into the SCV. At the end of the day, guys, 2 Stalkers, 2 probes, 3 Marines, and a Reaper. It's a bad trade for Protoss. herO, if he started fighting immediately with those Stalkers, paired them up, he could have 2-shot the Marines. It would have been great. But big miss micro while being distracted by the Reaper, and I think that really costs him, because I think Clem was not well prepared in this early game. But he just got away with murder, as he so often does, off of his multitasking. And herO making a small mistake. herO can absolutely match Clem in multitasking. He really can, but he's got to try and deal with it. Two Marines tank there, Viking building. Does Clem expect Stargate? He's seen it Twilight. Why is he building a Viking, guys? That usually is a sign of you straight up committing to a push. Is he going to build Marines out of this without building add-ons? Extra tank? Yep, extra tank building. Okay, so Clem is thinking of doing a very fierce push. Marine mine drop in the main. Widowmine waddles into the natural. Good reactions so far, guys. Oh, he didn't spread his probes. That Widowmine in the main, as well as 1 Marine survived there, but 5 probes on the natural. herO pulling those probes just a fraction of a second too late. Now, keep in mind, this is still keeping him very distracted right now. We've got a tank. We've got a liberated 3 Marines building. Yeah, he's just building Marines. He's just going to go. I think it's move out time. He's got 2 tanks. He is missing a medevac with this push. Thankfully, herO's on the front. herO needs to go up here right now. herO! Oh, he's not watching! Dude, you got to deal with the army. You got to deal with the army! Dude, he's just going to ignore it and go in the main. The psychopath. I mean, I guess he can pick off some add-ons and stuff, which is cool. Does he even realize the army just moved out? I hope he does. He's going to get rid of that reactor. Oh, the Liberator would be a very juicy snipe. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Big, juicy snipe. Problem is that push is going to get to the front of his base. Yes, he's doing good damage, but can he defend the crazy push for Clem? Because you are sacrificing a lot of Stalker hit points right now. Yes, you're doing good damage. I mean, he can afford to give up the 3rd, of course, which is massive. He recalls only 2 of the 6 Stalkers. That was a terrible recall for herO. The other guys have to just walk home. He's F2'd it, but that means he's ignoring his main base. Great reaction there with the probes. He blinks forward right now. He goes for it. He's going to try and save the 3rd Nexus. He's unable to. Oh, he doesn't save the 3rd Nexus, but he does shut down, and he could rebuild immediately. I think he shuts it down quickly enough. It's fine. The scan for the Observer Snipe attempt goes down for Clem, but not able to complete. And we do see the Widowmine is still there. I'd love to see a single Stalker in this main base on that edge, just waiting for it. herO should be okay now that he's done the damage. He's got +1. He's got an Immortal out. He's going Robo Bait. I don't think he's behind in this game because Stim's just started. Shields has just started. The reactor's only now rebuilding. If he blinks in the main, he can kill that command center right now. There is nothing in the main. Clem is so afraid of dying on the natural. He's not covering his main at all. Widowmine goes in, gets a single probe, a bit of mining time. Stalkers blink in, focus the command center. That's the juiciest kill. That's the juiciest kill. It's only got 400 hit points. That was a 400 mineral kill. I mean, he gets 4 or 5 SCVs. I think the command center is worth more. No? Good blink back micro, gets a few more marines. I guess it had just started, so canceling it is not worth that much. Yeah, okay, maybe if it was like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like canceling that command center is too juicy to turn down. I think he could have done it and still got 3-4 SCVs. But we'll see how we go. Why don't not put cannons down in mineral lines? You don't usually need to invest in static defense. You could just put a single stalker there to deal with it. Unfortunately, herO F2 is a bit too much. So he kind of counteracts his own micro. Like, he'll leave a stalker somewhere, but then he'll just F2 a second later. So there is an argument to do it, but if you build a cannon in each mineral line, it's a lot of money for this early on, and it's not really going to shut down future drops either. So static defense this early on is a very dicey thing to commit to. Once you get maxed out, of course, or close to maxed, have a lot of money in the bank, static defense becomes an easy choice. If you're a low-level player who F2s really badly and isn't capable of using control groups and splitting your army up or anything like that, static defense becomes amazing. Especially if your opponents kind of just click liberators and drops in and don't really look at them. They often fly straight into the cannon and take a lot of damage, so it really depends. But the lower skill level, the better static defense is. The higher, the more situational it is. There are some really streamlined builds where you might get a cannon in your base because you're being very greedy otherwise, and it helps cover for that. But definitely not something you want to rely on too much, too consistently. Blinks forward, gets a volley, and then runs away. Doesn't want to get stimmed on by the Marauders. Good observer vision here for herO. I do think this patch has nerfed herO a fair bit, guys, because they made the observer surveillance mode reveal its location, and that's really bad for a guy who spams the F2 button like no tomorrow. Stalkers. Oh, gets a medevac. Well done. The Colossus is here now. 2 Colossus. Extended Thermal Lance not quite ready, but it will be soon. This looks like a pretty good engage to start off for herO. Does lose a sentry from that siege tank shot on the tail end. You can see all the observers are in the control group, which is a bit sloppy. They definitely shouldn't all be here, because then they can all get scanned down as well. That is herO army control for you. Charge has started, as has 2-1 upgrades. This 4th base, very exposed to these tanks. They can hit that mineral patch. And I'd love to see herO find a way to clear this, but because his charge got forgotten, that was clearly a mistake. He should have charge by now. That's going to really cost him. I think this 4th base makes sense if you can control the middle of the map, and otherwise it's kind of bad. So I think in this case it is kind of bad. But hey, losing mining time, not the end of the world. He definitely needs to open these minerals up, and he's going to do that. Try and clear the path. Clem, of course, on 3 bases. His armory and 2nd E-base come up, but no 4th command center for him. And if herO can get that charge and then just go for one big zealot engage where he consumes this army, it could be amazing. The observers all around the map. He wants to go for the zealot drop. These are non-charged zealots though, so they're going to do nothing. Oh, 2 Vikings ready for him as well. That's bad. Prism goes down. Zealots will be lucky to kill 2 SCVs. For 800 minerals, that's a very expensive trade. Goes around the right side, does herO. He's got to be careful. Another observer goes down. I don't think he killed any SCVs there. Only 12 have died this entire game. That observer gets scanned as well. Dude, he's lost 3 observers. Disruptors coming in as well. Dude, you can't engage before charge. herO can't. Careful, mate. That charge is finally done now. 2 Colossus, 3 Immortals. Building a 2nd Disruptor. No Size Storm. That'll be the next step, is to take 2 more gases and go Storm, but he's got a 5th base up. He's on a good work account. 6th base goes down. 72 workers. His +1 armor is almost finished, so 2-1 upgrades against just +1 attack. The upgrade advantage is massive for herO. He is down 20 army supply, though. Can he make it work? Let's find out. The Immortal Zealot should clear the siege tanks very quickly. The Widowmine shots, though. Oh my gosh! Horrendous Widowmine shots for the Protoss. Amazing for Clem. It depends which side you're on as to how you feel about that. Oh my gosh. Building even more probes? Okay, so this is odd. herO seems to be accepting the late game. I don't really want him to build any more probes this game. I want him to add Storm and go. He's adding Disruptors. But every time I see a player with this army, Immortal Colossus Disruptor, Gateway, you need to like go hit before he gets the answers to you up. And I think try to keep the Colossus alive. Like if there's too many Vikings, if there's 10 Vikings in a fight, just pull the Colossus back. Try to fight well with everything else and see what you can get done. A little Stalker squad roaming the map. I think we might see a Dark Shrine. I think this is one of those games where hero's never going to make Psystorm. He's adding Disruptors 2 at a time. Stalkers find the factory. That's kind of nice. You can get rid of the factory. It's always good. But he realizes, no, I can't stay here for too long. I'll get caught. He's got to blink away. Probe over there patrolling as well. 79 workers for Proto, 69 for Terran. 4 more gateways building. So hero's building that gateway count. Disruptor to the right side. Doesn't need to shoot another one. Great disruptor shot. Big shot lands in the Marauders. Disruptors go out in every direction. Is it enough though? The Stalker Zealot, is it getting overrun? It's a crazy fight here. The Disruptors need to pull back. herO, of course, his Disruptors often wander into the front of battles. Get him out of there. If he could save the Disruptors for another shot, it'd be good. Remember, they do cool down a bit faster than they used to, but tail end of that fight, it is still a fight in favor of Clem. And, oh, blinking forward. I think the blink forward focus, the Metavax and throw a Disruptor shot to cover you is always really big. Great Disruptor shot. 4 or 5 Marines and a damaged Marauder did go down. It is a 4-gas style for herO. Looks like he's going to keep this really simple. Just mass Zealot, Stalker, Disruptor. It's not a bad style, but because the Disruptors cost so much supply, if the Terran splits their army and sandwiches you, it can go very poorly. Drop going to the left. Bio Viking on the right side. Here we go. Zealot, Stalker, Disruptor coming in. He's saving his balls. Oh my gosh! herO unloads! But that second one unable to connect because the Disruptor got focused down just before it completed the shot. But this is really... I love the way he's going in, throwing the balls, pulling back. People keep telling me Disruptors are garbage. They're useless at the moment. But I think Clem either needs libs or he needs to flank from 2 sides to show that the Disruptors aren't a god tier unit. Because right now, pushing in 3-2 against 2-2 upgrades, the Disruptors do go out. Actually, it's a Ghost and a few Marauders, surprisingly. These Disruptors doing pretty damn nicely. Gets a refinery heavily damaged. Not bad shots at all, but the Disruptors are getting targeted. Clem is so good at chasing. Those Disruptors need to pull back. He's going back in aggressively, which is a little bit wild for herO. This army could get overstimmed, but I don't know, man. 11 Metavacs. He's got plenty of healing juice. Fusion core has not been made yet, though, so no Caduceus reactor. The longer this goes, the more damage this bio will get. And this is just so many Zealots off 12 gate. Oh, gets a ball. Of course, Clem goes in and targets that one just before it goes down. But the command center's already fallen. herO's taking a Nexus and building mass cannon battery next to your 4th. You know you're in trouble. I don't know if Clem can see that with the sensor tower. I don't know if sensor towers show up buildings at all. Zealot, Stalker, endless. Attacking into the worst position on this map. This is a herO special, guys. herO is really good at finding the worst possible angle, but it doesn't matter because he's got so much stuff. He's got 3-2 against 2-2 as well. Slight upgrade advantage, and he's able to lean into it. I wasn't sure he'd be able to overwhelm Clem there, but Clem just ate a few too many Disruptor shots and I think was way too balled up as an army. GG, well played. Alright guys, Clem's going to go double gas, mixing it up here on Ruby Rock. It's going to be a pretty early scout, I guess a gateway scout here for herO, bottom right side. And herO just going to be rallying onto that gas as well, as now going for the harassment on the SCV. SCV did dodge an extra shot there. Second SCV came down a bit late, he's going to have to hop off. Hot swaps the SCVs. He's trying to avoid pulling the extra SCV. Oh, you're locked in here with me! You're locked in here with me. So now herO has to drop a recall to save it. It's really worth saving it. Most pros don't do this for the longest time. Recently, some of them have started doing it. I've been doing it for years. It's always been better. There's been some interesting arguments against it, but I could chrono 2 probes and make 2 probes build faster. And I'm like, yeah, you make 2 probes build faster, but they don't build instantly. This guy you recall, he instantly can start mining. Also, you don't have to pay 50 minerals for this probe. They're like, but I could build 2 probes 50% quicker. And I'm like, yes, which adds up to 1 probe build time. Or you can recall, have a probe at home that you've already, you don't have to pay 50 minerals for this guy. It's so much better. The number of people who insisted that recalling was bad. I know for some they were saying, well, I want to do a second chrono on this gateway, which I can't do. So I can't send this adept directly across the map. That's the only good argument. MaxPax is the only player who's made a good argument against recalling the probe. In that he's like, well, if I want to send my adept directly across the map, I need the second adept to be chronoed as well. And I'm like, that's a good argument. That's like an actual reasoning for it. But there was a lot of people who... I'm a good example. I'm pretty bad at maths as well. But StarCraft brings out the best. You got a lot of people who are very bad at like basic logical processes and stuff. And that's what's great about StarCraft is it's a real-time strategy game where you could be a genius or you could be a 69 IQ Neanderthal who just clicks buttons in an order that you've copied off a better player than you. SCV does go down. Reaper Alien's going to try to dive in. Only one adept at home. Oh, he's got to get to the battery. He does get to the battery. Sentry and adept together should be able to defend this. Going to go back to the natural, but double shield battery. So good for herO here. His own adept does go in on the other side. The drilly boys say, taste my drill. But it's one SCV and one Reaper down for no Protoss units. And I think that's a pretty damn good start for herO. I love the respect for the double gas opening that he's shown here by doing this. He will lose that adept. Would have loved him to get that guy home, but it's a red hit point adept. What are you really going to do with it later on anyway? Two Marines, a factory, and a starport is there. Oh, who's that? It's not me. I can still move my screen around. Who's lagging? Who's lagging, mate? As if not pause. Who's lagging? Surely you guys feel that, right? All right. Yeah, our ping just spiked. All right. The connection from Australia to the US, a little bit dodgy. The dingo definitely ate my internet, man. Widowmine does unburrow. Nice defense for herO so far. Hopefully that stabilizes out, guys. That does go down. Oh, the Alien Reaper run by as well. Shield battery does run out of juice. Oh, missed the force field. Dude, I was literally about to say, this is going to be so sick. He's going to trap all those units and kill all of them. herO missed the force field there. He was in range. Youchie, ouchie. But I think at the end of the day, herO's okay because Clem massively delayed his own economy. Had a few SCVs occupied with an adept. Still a 10 worker advantage for Protoss. And you've got Blink finish. You've got a Templar Archives coming in. You're on 4 gases. As long as herO moves out to take his third in the near future, I think he's in a very good spot. And he can still harass with the Stalkers and the Observer. Problem, he misses the move out. Oh, he's a bit slow. Get over there, herO. What are we doing over here? He's still hunting for the medevac. Mate, there's an army. You gotta go kill the army, mate. The Reddit point medevac is the least concern. No, he's supply block. Dude, he's killing 2 of his own probes so he can start an immortal. I mean, it's a good move to mitigate his mistake, but still a very big mistake. These Stalkers, so good for herO, dude. Picks off 2 Marines already. Can he get another one? Oh, I like the way the tanks turned around because the tanks have 7 range. Only 5 for those Marines. The Stalkers here picking off the medevac if they can. The Immortal's not quite ready. There is an SCV pull. The Stalkers could pick off quite a few SCVs before the fight starts. That's actually really good. Engaging with the Stalkers out there is really nice, but he blinks towards the tank. He gets rid of both tanks. That's a massive play. The Immortal does go down, but now it's just a few Stim Marines and SCVs up against Stalker Probe. Great pullback here for herO because he's got shield batteries, he's got blink. If he can just keep warping in, I think he might have this one in the bag. Clem doing a desperate fast tank push, but herO holding with flying colors. Pulls back here. Got to get away from that siege tank. He stays a bit longer than I thought he was going to, but he does blink back. And the fact that he's got those 2 batteries, he's got a new Immortal out. Dude, he knows he can hunt now. He's not just defending, he's hunting. The hunter becomes the hunted. Clem's got to maybe get back on that ridge and siege up or something like that. Because the Stalkers, the Immortal are right there. If that Immortal lands any hits on these tanks, on these Marauders, these armored units, they will disappear. The Immortal has not been targeted. It's all defensive blink micro for herO. Now he goes offensive again. Focuses the medevac because he knows that's the one way these siege tanks might be able to escape here. The Immortal waddles forward, destroys the tank. Does Clem tap out after all this? He's done good probe damage. He's not sure how many probes he killed. We can see herO's not probing right now. herO is super horny. And finally, okay, he does manage to holster his bad boy. Waistbands it. Does need to go take a third. If he just takes a third, he's miles ahead. But herO feels like he can go win right now. Honestly, he can deny some of these add-ons very quickly with Immortal Stalker. The reactor goes down. There is stim on the bio. Good blink back. Gets herself a reactor to start. Single Marine scouts around the map. That's Clem's attempt to scout, but he accidentally F2'd at home. He's sending an 8 Marine drop out the right side instead. herO still hasn't built a third. herO's on a one-track mind. herO thinks about only one thing, and it's disgusting! It's killing the Terran right here, right now. A normie would have built a Nexus and probes. herO said, mate, I have charge finished. Let's go. I did not think charge was even finished there. I had no idea. That was a perfect finish. Great play for herO. All right, guys, we got Clem in the top right side of the map, herO in the bottom left side of the map. It is going to be a 1-Rax expand. No second gas here for Clem this time around. He hasn't started that just yet. And herO checking for proxy barracks in his natural incredibly early. And I guess he's looking for the eBay block again. Which, I mean, I think he wants to go Nexus before core. Looks like he wants to do that Nexus before core here again. Tourmaline, not sure what the rush distance really is on these maps, as they are so new. I haven't really studied how long does it take a Reaper to get across each map and all this sort of business. But in general, I do love these greedy openings. This allows you to, of course, get the second gas before second pylon, which just means you get the mining a bit quicker, which means your tech comes in a bit quicker, or just the cost of delaying your gateway unit. And especially when you're playing against a lot of Terrans who are command centering on the high ground and stuff like this, you know, not having the Adeptors early is not that big of a missed opportunity. Of course, in this case, this was a command center before Marine. So he's gone for the factory, and the reason is with this build, you don't have the 50 gas straight away, so your barracks always idles. Unless you're going to play Tech Lab. Oh, he's going to go early Cyclone, the Maru build from Dallas, where he's just spamming Cyclone every game. I don't think it's bad. I always find it awkward to delay your reactor so long because your Marine count ends up a bit lower, and Marines are kind of the core of the early Terran gameplay. But, you know, to each his own. And don't get me wrong, if you run into like an early Stargate or you catch an Adept or two with the Cyclone, it is a very nice build order. All right, probes building. Twilight Council comes in. Phoenix hallucination very early. He sees the Cyclone. Got to go see that second barracks, mate. Got to go check for that. Okay, there we go. He sees it. Cyclone and an early second barracks herO. Sentry opening. Adept into Sentry. Really solid. And I love this start. You know, the fact that he's got a shield battery for safety in the main. And what? 3-minute forge. Ladies and gentlemen, herO's going to play Master Zealot. +1 armor Master Zealot. Savage. Guys, this is such a sick build. herO he's pulled one worker off each gas. He's gonna play a super mineral focused build order. He's already, I don't know why you would wall off when you're playing a Zealot style, guys, but honestly, herO's building placement wall offs have never made any sense. All right, pylon does go down in the third as well. We've got probes building. +1 armor does come in. Charges there as well. Stim coming in, extra barracks as well. Hallucination confirms that there is Stim, and the starport is a big scout, because if there's no starport, you're going to see mass Marines stimming in your face and kicking you in the balls. But as it is, Clem can chill. Question: does Clem have any information? And this, guys, is your classic TVP map vision here. You'll notice he knows that there's 2 gas geysers and 8 mineral patches in the starting base of Protoss. He also knows that a natural nexus could exist, and that there could be something beyond the 2 centimeters that he stepped outside of his base this game. So this is your classic TVP vision. He is playing completely blind. He has no idea what herO is doing whatsoever. Engineering bay on the way as well. The thing is, how much does herO commit? Because herO is doing that thing where he builds shield batteries at every base while playing Master Zealot. 2 things which don't pair together at all. It's super dumb. I've criticized it 1,000 times. I'm going to keep criticizing it. When you're playing Master Zealot, your job is to overwhelm the Terran in the middle of the map with Zealots coming from 2 sides. herO, when he plays this style, never splits his zealots, and he builds lots of shield batteries, which are really good for things like Colossus and Stalkers with range that can stutter step backwards to heal them. I really dislike the way herO plays mass zealot styles. I'm a mass zealot connoisseur, guys. It's one of the few things I know very well because it really is a low skill way of playing StarCraft. But you gotta still do your setups before the fights happen, and I'm a little bit worried that even with the fast +2 armor, he might struggle here, man. It's a big bio push. He's only on 5 gates. I don't think he has... okay, it's really important that he Guardian Shields and micros his sentry forwards in the fight. Otherwise, the Zealots will charge out of the Guardian Shield. He needs to do that, or his Zealots are not going to be good enough, even with the armor upgrade. The sentry runs in the middle of the map. herO with a misclick there. Sacrifices a Stalker and a sentry. I don't think he's enough Zealots to beat this. It's an SCV pull. He goes for it. Okay, quick +1 armor. There's no +1 attack yet. Oh, the Zealots are really good. You've got to micro the sentry forward. Okay, he finally microed the sentry forward. He needs to keep doing so, but he's going to disengage for now and let Clem have to heal up from that stim. Already killing 7 of the SCVs in the SCV pull. Bio is going to split off for a bit of a drop. Very cutesy play here for Clem. But herO, he's on the warpath. He's going to go for it. 5 more gateways. I think this was a good enough fight for herO, but he's got to realize something's up. He's warping in Zealots at home. Here comes the drop, and he sees it. I like that herO's pulling back. Unfortunately, 3 Zealots do continue forward, but there's no concussive just yet. And I think those Zealots should be able to defend this decently well. He's going to try and go around to get the surface area. Guardian Shield comes in. Oh, the pullback on the sentry was delectable. Stalkers warp in on the low ground. Plenty of Zealots in the main. And I think herO should be able to defend this now. But herO needs a 4th base quite desperately, or splash damage. And he's going to go 4th base. He's on 7 gateways now, which is nice. Oh, dude, this building placement creates some nice little choke points for the Terran to hide in. Stalkers are still down there on the low ground. Clem! Dangerous. All right, herO's on 60 probes, Clem on 47. Clem is on 3 barracks. He is relatively all in. He wants to find more damage, but I worry that because he just forced herO on the defensive, there's no Zealot activity. The rally unmolested. These units unmolested. No Prism in the main, and this means Clem gets to pick the engagement, and this is terrible for herO. herO doesn't have any Zealots on the low ground. Where's his army? It's all gone towards his 4th. He didn't see this coming at all. herO blindsided, just a massive hole in his map vision. And, oh, the Widow Mines, watch out for the Widow Mines. Stalker does go down. But, dude, Clem in the corner. The bio ruining this army. Horrendous engagement for herO. Amazing for Clem. Oh, my lord. Hot diddly damn. That is absolute insanity. Marine Marauder Medevac coming in. Nexus is going to go down as well as 5 more probes. The bio Medevac mine trying to push forward. Prism, get the Prism. Snaps the Prism. Well played. Ooh, Widow Mine's getting some big boom booms. Really nicely done. Clem with some good fights. I think herO, if he was more active with his Zealots and saw that army coming, might have been able to defend that, especially after defending the first wave, but it is what it is there. I did like the sentry micro in the middle as well. I think Clem just blindsided him. You know, that drop, herO just took way too long to deal with it, and you can't let your whole army get pulled defensive. When you're playing a melee army, you want to be attacking their rally, attacking behind them, surrounding them when they hit you. You don't ever want to get in this position where they're in your base, wedged in a corner when the fight already begins. It's such a bad position to start from. GG, nice game for Clem. All right, guys, I cannot believe we waited until game 5 for this map. This map should be amazing for Protoss in my mind. Clem in the top right side for Terran, herO in the bottom left for Protoss. The reason I think it's good for Protoss is there is wide open areas where, you know, I guess wide open areas maybe are good for bio to flank like a Colossus army. But I feel like Zealot and Zealot Phoenix could be really powerful. I think it's so long that Protoss can be quite greedy on this map and get away with it. It's hard for Terran to punish. I just think in general, when I look at Old Republic, I think, how are you not going to be miles behind in the mid-game as Terran? Like, how do you scare the Protoss? And Clem's decided Engineering Bay block. herO's been pretty consistently checking for that. I think he should see this. Oh, no. You're kidding. He sees it. herO, he doesn't notice. He didn't notice. herO didn't notice. He didn't react. herO didn't notice. herO didn't notice. He just had 2 full seconds of vision of the SCV. He missed it. Oh, that's tragic. herO's still setting up camera locations. He just set up his 4th and 5th camera location, and now he goes to take a Nexus. Oh my gosh. Chat says, I think herO is tired. Remember, guys, every single person, you gotta, Remember, your favorite player is tired. They didn't sleep well. He's jet lagged because he's in Korea right now. And their time zone's different than the time zone I'm on. And because I'm casting the tournament, that also hurts him for sure. I'm with you guys. He's going to take the third on the left, realizing this one would be blocked as well. But this is a very awkward spot to find himself in. Now, Clem's probably a bit confused. He's like, dude, what's going on? He does see the probe. Okay, he should be able to guess he's on the other side. He's checking these other two bases now. He should be able to figure it out. No, I am joking, guys. It's just one of those things where that is always the fun excuse whenever someone like makes them, well, like, he's tired. He's not playing his best. This one doesn't count. But I think herO can easily win. Like, this opening is terrible for most players. For herO, it's fine. The problem that Clem has made, it's a tragic mistake because he should know better than this. He's a former world champion. You're playing against herO. The last thing you want to do is make the game stupid. Look at this third base. This is the dumbest natural location I've ever seen, which means herO is going to thrive because the game is now chaotic and stupid. And herO basically levels up to an unbeatable god. He is a proper deity when it comes to fighting with like just ridiculous setups. So herO is intuitive. He rolls with the punches and he plays really well. The probe, of course, gets lured in by the red hit point SCV. He will see the starport. I'd love to see him recall this probe still. Even now, just keep that probe alive, but doubt he's got the chronos available since he already chronoed this Nexus. Reaper gonna back away. Probe had two SCVs chasing him. Oh, a spite pylon! Look at that, guys! A spite pylon. I love it. Now, for those who don't know, a spite pylon, it's one you build, and it's always cost inefficient, but it's there to annoy your opponent. Go, ha, I built a pylon. It's also to see if he cancels that add-on. He just wanted to confirm that that add-on didn't get cancelled, and no, it did not. Charge does start up nice and early. Like I said, I thought Charge Phoenix would be amazing for this map. He's going to go 3-gate charge, which will be very good for stopping frontal pushes, but I honestly have no idea how he's going to defend the Hellion Reaper, the Medevac Mine Marine drop. Like, he's going to have almost nothing that shoots up. So going straight charge here, it can stop a dedicated frontal push if Clem were to do a quick tank push, which I think he was kind of hoping for here. But against anything else, it's not like it's terrible. You just have to be really good at splitting your units up and, you know, try not to get too disorganized in the midst of all this. Stalker should be able to finish that Reaper off. Nicely done. Okay, that's really important to limit the maneuverability of Clem. His Hellion's also heavily damaged. 6 Marine Mine Drop's going to just barrel through the middle of the map and then maybe pick its target a bit later on. Command Center is only now about to float down. This is a very one-base-centric opening. A Lib is on the way. Dude, if he goes Lib Siege Tank and then goes for like a direct push, the charge could really pay off. Robo as well. So Blink or Phoenix, you know, the mobile anti-air things, they're going to be hitting so late in this game. So very late. Adept comes in for a little scout. Pig, when a natural gets blocked, do you swap your camera locations? Nah. I try not to take other bases. Honestly, I'd need to get in a game to remember if I do or not. I think I normally don't. I used to try to swap them, but it would get too confusing. Instead, I just, if you're like a Zerg and you have to inject 2 different bases to what you normally inject, I just had to reprogram my brain to like inject the main and the third. You know, main, natural, third. Main, like I just do the full cycle straight away. Yeah, I try to keep it the way I would normally do it. I don't know if this would normally even be on a camera location, but I'd probably have this as like my 5th base normally. All right. 6 Stalkers. Charge is already there. Can't be attacking in there. I think one Zealot just ran in and died. Clem knows about charge, so he's going to be camping. He's like super worried about dying. Lib and tank on the defensive. But I think sending all these units across the map is kind of silly for herO. Like, I think herO should know there's a drop on his side of the map, and it's not just going to go home. And he needs to take a third, and going Robobay, Forge, and Blink. Dude, he's going to play a normal game from here. That is a wildly confident choice. I'd love to see a recall on the Stalkers, personally. We're going to see a Stalker drop in the main. Wait, why would you Stalker drop when you have charge? That's so dumb. Right? Am I crazy, guys? If you've got charge, surely a 4 Zealot drop is worth way more than a 4 Stalker. 4 Zealots, way better than 4 Stalkers. He's chasing the Viking right now. He does fumble his pickup. 2 more probes went down. herO needs to probe really hard or he's just going to fall behind in the long game. This drop is doing so well at keeping him busy right now. And Clem, oh, the Viking does get caught. But that's so funny. Colossus is on the way. 3rd Nexus building. I think there's a danger of Clem recovering from, because his stim and shields are so late. He had to turtle here. But this single drop kept herO so busy, did so much economic damage. herO is massively supply blocked on 78. Yes, he's adding these upgrades now, but it feels like herO could easily have been at like 53, 54 probes by this point. And in that sort of situation, Clem is miles behind. And as I said, on this map, as a Terran, how do you not just fall way behind? How do you not end up in this position where, because the push path is so far, the Protoss gets away with exceptional greed? He did an eBay block. He got a drop in there. He's distracted herO. And because of all this and herO's supply block, it feels like herO is not in a great spot. He's got good tech, but economically, he's not quite there yet. Oh, this is an insane bust. That is a crazy person attack. Oh, he's going to go for it. That depot is so good. He's got to target that depot. Ah, nice targeting there. herO does take the depot down, and maybe it was the tank splash damage that did it. He's going to try and do a bit of damage here. The Marines chasing him down. I think the Prism being there to save the Colossus if it gets in trouble is big. Liberator on the left side. herO snap warp in pretty damn quick. Only loses 3 probes for now, and Blink is ready, so he should be able to get rid of that Liberator. Well played, well played. This drop is still active, or I guess it's a new one now. 8 Marines with stim and shields this time. Uh-oh, that mineral line is going to get dumpstered. Oh my gosh, herO. He keeps trying to simplify the game to just one angle. On a big map like Old Republic, you have to be so wary of just how powerful drops and multi-prong are. To skip Phoenix and to skip Blink so long was a crazy decision for herO. I think it paid off initially. I think he was in a good spot. But as time's gone on, we are seeing just how risky this is. And he's just taking so many losses. 24 probes there. Units lost time 600 in favor of Clem. And Clem, you can see, is just locking down. And if he gets the end game, Terran's got the advantage there. Clem especially has a massive advantage there over just about everyone these days. And I think he's in a really good spot now. Just too much damage being dealt, and I think herO needs to realize that just defending your bases from multi-prong is very difficult on this map. Even if you play Phoenix on this map, often drops will sneak around the edges. Units will kind of squeeze through these little gaps in your vision. Old Republic is a big map, and I really do feel like all of us as StarCraft players have gotten so used to what I would now term medium-sized maps being standard, that I had the same experience when I went back to playing Neon Violet and King's Cove, when those got added into a ladder map pool a season ago or so. I don't know if you guys had the same experience where I'd forgotten how hard it was to spot everything coming across the map. Where it always felt like there was a drop or a warp prism or, a pack of units would just arrive out of the fog of war at my base, and I'd go, how the hell did these get here? And I just realized, like, hey, I'm used to smaller mini-maps, smaller maps where a few pylons and zealots scattered around could see the whole thing. Suddenly, you need a lot more than a few pylons and zealots scattered around the map. You gotta have a lot of vision. Oh, he just got sliced and diced. Kind of hung out over the void there. 4th Command Center is on the way. 2nd Starport, 2nd Engineering Bay, and Armory. And he's going to try and get to 8 barracks next up. You can see he's waiting for 150 minerals. Look at that. The moment he gets 150, it goes down. Beautiful. Oh! Is he going to get a probe? He even tries to run away. Such a Clem thing. Like, don't waste. Still got this drop over here as well. You can see Clem's camera. He keeps looking over here and he's like, wait, if you have 4 Stalkers pinned, awesome. Just leave this here. 8 supply for 9 supply. That's fine. Cancels each other out. And he's going to keep checking because he knows at some point herO will F2. Oh! Well, he can F2 now, can't he? Feedbacks to the medevac. It got enough energy that it could get one shot there. Well played. Well played by herO. So Immortal Archon's coming in. There's 4 Colossus with +2 guys. Very good force, but there are 9 Vikings as well. Oh, losing 2 Vikings already. 3rd one almost gets focused down as well. That's a lot of Colossus. Guardian Shield and just fight. I think you can just maybe fight as herO, even though you're down in supply. +2 is really powerful here with 4 Colossus. He's got to go for it. Guardian Shield and go! Yeah, the Stalkers take out another Viking. 2 Vikings down. There's only 5 Vikings left, but good pullback down the ramp by Clem. I think herO would have loved to keep committing to the fight there, but he wasn't quite able. There's no ghosts out, guys. What is going on? There's no ghosts on this map. Has he not built a single ghost? Oh my gosh. Did Clem forget about ghosts? Archons are actually going to be really useful tanks in this scenario. Remember that hero's economy is not all that. He's only got 8 gateways, 5 more coming in right now. Trying to push forward is herO, but he can't be fighting the planetary with the Colossus. Oh, he needs those beams on the Marines and Marauders. Okay, might want to pull back here. Oh, he's going to try and focus the command center. That's a good call. And the command center's gonna take a lot of damage, but he doesn't quite kill it. The lift and repair is big, which meant only the Stalkers could keep shooting. It does save one Colossus, though. Only one Colossus went down during all that fighting. Great fighting for herO. I love it. He's got a 5th base up here, 4th base there. I would love about 6 to 7 more probes for herO, but right now I think he's just in kill mode. He's like, no. He's damaged. He knows Clem's out of juice on the medevacs. His bio's like wounded a little bit, though to be fair, they're not. They're actually healed up. The planetary is not erect right now, and he wants to fight a floppy Clem. He doesn't want to fight a stiff planetary fortress. The Marine Marauder Vikings going to pull back to the high ground. The Zealot Archon Stalker trying to come in here. The Vikings going forward. Those Stalkers need to blink and take care of him, I think. Already a few of them do fall, but only one Colossus left, and that's just been sitting there fighting the planetary. He's going to lose these guys. Those 2 Immortals and the Archon left hanging out to dry. Only 1 Immortal goes down, though. I think herO reinforcing here is a lost fight because the planetary's up now. Yes, forcing a stim is good, but you can't actually stand and fight. He's trying to go in and out and make something of it. But I really think herO needs to build about 6, 7 more probes and add either Storm or the 2nd Robo. He's going to go double Robo here and try to make this one work. Units lost time, about 2,000 in favor of Clem. Now, if herO also could get Zealots on the rally, you can, to a certain extent, out-multitask Clem. He's trying to do the front-on engagements, but he's got to be really wary of this. Tries to set up this big concave, but Clem's army is much better than his. herO needs to be engaging here, realizing he's posturing. He can't actually stand and fight. I don't think herO realizes this. I think in herO's mind, he's the big dog, but he's about to find out that Clem is a much bigger dog than he is. He goes for the charge, but the planetary, man. You cannot engage into that planetary. And herO is bleeding out dozens of units. He's stuck in this mode. I really feel like he's a Pomeranian right now. He is barking. Clem is a Great Dane. He has a 2/2 Bio Ghost Viking army. You are not beating that with Zealot Stalker. But herO, like any, maybe not a Pomeranian. They're kind of adorable. Maybe, what are the ones that are really aggro? What are they called? Like a Chihuahua. You know, like Chihuahuas are like really stupidly aggressive even when they're outsized. I like herO forcing stims and running. Like, this is really good. But he can't go full Chihuahua. Don't ever go full Chihuahua, guys. Chihuahuas are very stupid dogs, man. They will pick a fight with something 10 times their size and get themselves, if they're lucky, injured. Injured seriously. That's if they're lucky. 2 Robos are here. So he's building double Robo Disruptor now. Armor's finally coming in. The +3 attack was really good for the Colossus, but now at this stage, you really need armor. So the lag on this armor upgrade is so bad for herO. It's really costing him. He's going around with Zealots, but if you're not attacking with the main army at the same time, this is just a big throwaway of Zealots. Oh, he's got a recall. Try to save some. Please try to save some. Get out, get out, get out. Oh my gosh. If you got the Prism in the main at the same time and the main army was running around, maybe, but you can't do Zealots on their own. And that's a bit of a mistake for herO, guys. I would have liked him to wait with the Zealots on the edges, and then when Clem pushes, send them in. But to just go in blind like that was a big mistake. And he goes back into the army. herO making far too many missteps. And once again, Prism in the main, but he's got no scary army on the front. This attack makes no sense. This is disjointed. It's just, he's not synced up at all. He's just running Zealots around the map. Clem's making a mistake on the 3rd, a small one. The Prism is down. I mean, Clem is just saying, thank you for your donations to the great cause of Terran greatness. +3 armor finishes just before the Zealots get it as well. Oh, herO. A little bit of luck there would have been nice. He did recall a bunch of Zealots. I'm not sure where they recalled to. I guess 5 Zealots survived. But the unit's lost time is really vicious. I mean, he's not trading well at all. He's got a good little army here. But Disruptor does get caught in the middle. 2nd one lands a shot, but on its own, unable to complete the kill on those units. These Zealots are going to run into the meat grinder as well, and herO does have 82 probes, but all of this waste of Zealots, like he's thrown away about 40 Zealots in the last minute of this game, and he continues to. Yes, it's buying him time, but the problem is buying time helps Terran. It doesn't help you, because we know Clem has much better late game than herO. herO, if he wants to play this late game, there's a few things he needs to do. He needs to add some gases, which you can see he's adding 2 of those now in the bottom right corner. If he can mine some of these middle bases, that would be really good just to remove resources that Clem's going to be able to mine later. But most importantly, he's got to choose either Storm or Dark Templar. Because he's way too high on probes at 86 to play the pure Disruptor Gateway game. See, he's only got supply for 5 Disruptors right now. Mass Zealot cops some big EMPs to the face. Does catch some of the bio on the corner. and does have to pull back. The rest of the army is going to come over, though. Remember, this is only a small section of Clem's army. Oh! Amazing force field, but he's not able to stand and finish the units, which does hurt. And now he leaves 3 disruptors hanging out. Does try to throw a covering shot. He's got 1 disruptor left. He should throw it right now if he wants to keep these 2 disruptors at the front alive. Does go forwards. The army turns around, but now the Colossus goes down. Oh, bunch of ghosts fall. Good shot there for herO. Very necessary. 7,800 deficit for herO. Massive efficiency advantage to Clem. He's going for lib range. He's going for medevac energy upgrade. And he's still got a big ball of bio ghost that is absolutely smashing. herO tries to move in deep here to force Clem into kind of fighting in a choke point. But remember, there's still only 2 robos. He never built a 3rd and 4th. Those 2 disruptors completely whiff. And it just feels like Clem is outplaying herO in this game. herO is playing good StarCraft. Clem is playing great StarCraft. And it's just a bit too sloppy with all those zealots. It feels like that, you know, the confidence of Clem now as he takes this middle base. He's on 5 orbitals, so not a crazy count just yet. He does need to morph a few more of these. He's trying to make 3 more orbitals, so he'll be going from 5 to 8, which means the Iron Bank is almost complete. Unlimited mules and scans will be arriving shortly. Only +1 ship weapons for the libs, but that's okay, because the bio ball is already very scary. The libs just make it unkillable. Beautiful fight here for Clem. herO does not have the numbers or the correct army. And with no Psystorm, no DT transition, didn't have time to make either of those happen. Clem is able to turn this game around. I think herO had this game in his advantage at multiple moments. But Clem was able to weather the storm and do really well in the final tail. I mean, we've got, like, there's so many things Clem did so incredibly well that we have to give him respect for. GG, well played. Remember how this game started. That one medevac flew around in circles. This medevac here picked off so many probes, made herO chase his own tail around his side of the map between like 4 minutes, what was it, 4.5 minutes to about 6 minutes or so. This drop just kept going back in and distracting him, and herO, he doesn't have Blink, he doesn't have Phoenix. It's already a giant map where it's hard to see where your opponent's coming from, what they're picking off. And he even scanned and got rid of the Observer, which he was doing a really good job of killing herO's Observers there. I do think also, when he attacked into the Planetary, it started well, and maybe he could have finished the game off there, but he kind of chased up the ramp a little bit too much. I do think he should have been able to deny the command center if herO had kept fighting when it lifted off. I think that was a really crucial moment, about 12 minutes. I think this fight here was actually a big mistake to not finish the command center, because if you're going to play this style where you want to keep attacking, which he clearly did, he was playing once again just double robo, mass gateway, that's all he did. And it's the 4 Colossus, and because he picked off so many Vikings, right? And that's what he leveraged so well here. So I think this was pretty good for him. In that he forces a fight, he does chase a bit too far with his Zealots. I don't think clicking the Colossus on the command center was good. So first mistake he made in that little interaction there is he should not have been clicking the Colossus on the command center. The rest of the army should have clicked on the command center. The Colossus should have just been killing the SCVs, the Marines, Marauders, that sort of stuff. But you're going to notice they do very little damage to buildings, and the splash damage doesn't add damage against buildings, right? So you see here, 1 volley, 2 volley, 3 volleys on the command center. And then here, if the Stalkers keep shooting the command center and the Zealots keep fighting these SCVs, you know, that's like we could kill this. We could finish this command center, just like 1 or 2 volleys on it, you know. But instead, he gets chased away. He saves the Colossus, which is amazing. Like, good micro to disengage. But the fact that Clem is then able to rebuild that is really, really big. There is a Warp Prism here. I'm surprised he wasn't able to finish it from here, honestly. I would have also loved to see 2 Zealots into the 3rd. 5 Zealots go around the bottom and run into the natural to interrupt the rally while he's attacking the front. Just make it harder for Clem to micro on the front as clean as he can. But it is herO. He's doing herO things. He's playing a crazy chaotic style. And he did end up going for it one more time, but Clem's stutter step was really good. He kept pulling up around this corner, and you can see the Colossus aren't really fighting for most of these engagements. When they are, all that his Colossus managed to attack was buildings. It was either the refinery or the command center. That fight was really bad for herO. Like, this is a huge turning point in that fight, because all the Colossus get cleared. The Vikings don't even have to trade for it. They all survive. The bio army is overstimmed. The medevacs are out of juice, but herO's army's gone. The 4th base is established. This window of the game is where we could have seen an entirely different story. Either way, hats off to both players. One of the best finals we've seen in Pigstarcraft in a while. I'm really interested to see Old Republic and to hear other people's thoughts. I think this map's way better for Protoss than Terran simply because, yes, it's hard to defend multi-pronged drops, but it's a map where Protoss can get away with being a lot greedier. There's also a lot of big wide open areas where I do think heavy Zealot armies can charge in and overwhelm. I think there's amazing dead space for warp prisms to sneak in and out of the main base and the natural as well. I think this map should be better for Protoss, but I think we also saw that you need to be more aware of drops and counterattacks sneaking in. Remember the 8 Marines that snuck in this base and killed this whole mineral line? Huge thing that got Clem way back into the game as well. You have to be so much more wary of little harassment moves, and it's more of an effort to actually see the entire map and dominate it. Nonetheless, I think herO should have picked this map earlier. I think it will, with practice, be one of the best maps for PvT, and I think it's a map which will probably get vetoed a fair bit. Either way, catch you guys next time. Goodbye and good night. GG, well played.